Alright, so I finally just watched Saw 2 a few nights ago, actually. And so I didn't write any notes down, of course, as usual. But, I'm going to try to remember as much as I can from the top of my head. Just about some of the things I noticed in the movies. I am not in a traditional recording spot. So if there's some noises in the background, yeah. Anyway, okay, so I should have written notes down. So the main thing I noticed about Saw 2 is that it revolved a lot around duality. Well, I don't know, duality, partnership, things like that. All the main characters that were in the house, basically, they all had to work together to get out safely, in a sense. Some characters were bigger than others, and they were all breathing in a poison, and the bigger guy, he didn't actually start coughing up blood until like a little ways in, because the poison seeped into his system a lot slower. And the smaller character was more expressive and she breathed in more. And then you had Amanda, who, if you paid close attention, she would hide behind objects, or she would be on her knees a lot because the gas was less effective the lower you were in the room. And that was actually something I noticed in that movie. But there was always a big strategy, depending on how the characters interacted with each other, depending on their level of kindness, what they could overcome within themselves, could help save other people. There was a message in Saw 4. The message in Saw 4 was about, people saving themselves, but also the second one kind of went against that message, or had its own message, and working together, because your choices, your actions, what you do affect other people. Even if you see it or not, what you do, how you treat people is going to start some kind of a reaction in their life. It might make them disappear. It might make them do something that they regret. It might make them maybe fall in drugs, or maybe hurt somebody, or hurt themselves. You just never know. So it's just how we treat each other does make a universal impact, whether we see it or not. But that was a lesson that I felt that I got from that movie, how Eric Matthews interacted with his son Daniel, especially at the Bay. So yeah, duality was a strong piece, or a strong message I got from this movie. You got to work together, or what you do affects other people's lives. Working together can kind of help us accelerate. We all have the same goal. We all are trying to do the same thing at the end of the day. And sometimes we hold each other back. A lot of times we hold each other back, but at the same time, if we work together, we can also overcome that, that was also a message of Saw 6. So I didn't know if I'm going to do that one or not. But anyway, another message was obvious with Eric Matthews and John, with Jigsaw. Jigsaw was trying to help Eric, the cop Matthews, appreciate life more, appreciate, what he had his son and everything. And a lot of times we take for granted the people in our lives. We take for granted our family, our friends, just everyone who's a part of our lives. And even though Daniel was a criminal, even though he did what he did, sometimes it's not about what we offer, if we're in trouble or not. Sometimes it's not good to measure how we treat people through, things like that, if they get in trouble or not. It's good to be aware of it, but at the same time, think about what's really important to people that we love and people that we care about. What's really important? What do we love about them? How do they make us feel? How do they make our lives fulfilling? And sometimes we need to focus on that instead of, how is this person a burden to us? And just cherish them while they're here, because you never know what that last moment is going to be. What the last moment is going to be when you interact with a person. I don't like to get too personal at times, but the last time I talked to my cousin's uncle, I grew up with him, and we had a family reunion. We never have family reunions, and we had a family reunion at my mother's house, which is really weird now when I think about it. And he was there. He was oddly distant from everybody, and I felt something weird about him. And something was just urging me to just talk to him, just talk with him. And I didn't. I was, for whatever I was feeling in that moment, I was too shy. I didn't know what this thing was. The feeling that I wasn't sure about it. Whatever the situation, I didn't talk to him, and I didn't know that was the last time I was ever going to see him alive that night. And it was weird because he was actually trying to talk to me at times. He was asking me how was I doing, how life was, and stuff like that. And he usually doesn't talk to me like that, but I should have cherished that moment more. But I try to cherish people all the time for who they are, where they're at in their life. I try to tell them that, hey, we're growing every day. Nobody's going to be perfect. And if you are perfect, you don't really belong in this world, basically. So I cherish everybody for where they are, at the same time trying to help them not be so hurt inside. Anyway, so eventually down the line, I guess he disappeared. And we got a call that he passed away, and he was in a home. He admitted himself into a nursing home and lived out the rest of his days there in isolation, away from family. And like, none of us in the family knew that was like the last time we were going to see him at all. And my cousins, they didn't like him. They fought with him a lot, their own dad. But anyway, enough of that example. Just cherish everybody. No matter what, just cherish the great things about them. It wouldn't hurt to just live happy too, in certain times, certain moments. Anyway, and the last message I got from Sawtooth, it was duality and just cherishing your life and loved ones around you. And the last one was that, a lot of times we focus on what is right in front of us, and we lose sight of the bigger picture, what's actually going on. Sometimes a person in front of us could be a problem, or could be seen as a problem, but on a deeper level, they could be there to teach us a lesson, and we don't know that. We just see him as, hey, you're in my way, I'm trying to do something, leave, get out of my face, when really this person could be a reflection of us inside, whether it be a reflection of our pain, of where we're at psychologically. They could be a representation of how we treat other people. And sometimes we just got to be aware of what a person's role is for us in our lifetimes, and not be so caught up in our own anger or what's happening right now. Sometimes what's happening right now slows us down on purpose from reaching our goal, because there's a lesson that we have to learn first, so that way when we get to our goal, it would be more fulfilling and more exciting. I say that because Eric Matthews was trying to get to his son. His son was the end goal. It was his heart. It was his love. And Eric Matthews had so much anger, and he was trying to get to his son. He was trying so hard. And Jigsaw was just having a normal conversation with him, just slowing down things. And Eric was just going crazy because he's like, yo, I need to get to my son. And Eric Matthews was treating that situation as right in front of his face, like a conversation. No, I have to get to the goal. And Jigsaw was trying to tell him, you have to learn to appreciate life. You have to learn to appreciate your son. Because if he did get to that goal, if he did get to his son, he may have been like, oh, I got my son back, I'm so happy. But on a deeper level, he may not have cherished his own life. He may have cherished having his son at the end, but at the same time, he probably wouldn't have known the true meaning of cherishing life itself and himself, cherishing himself and living life. So that was one message that I felt Jigsaw was trying to give to Eric Matthews. And of course, Eric Matthews just dove into his anger and beat Jigsaw and forced his way through and was like, yo, I have to get to the goal. I have to do this. This is what I want to do. I will do anything to get to it. And even all the characters that were in the house were victims of Eric Matthews, because they were all falsely accused, because Eric Matthews wanted to move his way up into the police precinct. So all the characters in the house were actually falsely accused or given false evidence by Matthews. So that way they all get arrested to make himself look good, because he wanted to get to his goal. And Jigsaw also wanted to tell him, like, yo, these people, they had their own lives going on. You have to cherish their lives, like, these people went to prison and lost years of their lifetime because of a choice that Eric Matthews wanted to make. So again, that goes more into this first message, which is the decisions we make affect other people also, whether it be to help them or destroy them or send them down a bad path. Anyway, I can't think of too many other messages about this movie, but yeah, that's basically what I got for Saw 2. So yeah, those were the messages that I got from Saw 2. Usually I think of more messages after I cut off videos. So I'm trying to think. But, I already went past the 10-minute mark, which was my goal, to do 10 minutes. Hopefully, for those of you who did listen to this, that it did sort of give a perspective. Just to do a quick recap before I go, your decisions affect other people as well as yourself, but they also affect other people, whether it's positive or negative. And if you want to get to a certain goal, sometimes you have to be at a certain level mentally or emotionally within yourself to make that goal more fulfilling or more rewarding. So don't have anxiety or get angry or feel like something is slowing you down in life, because I promise you it is just an obstacle that is there, or a block that is there for you to overcome to make the reward more fulfilling, more rewarding. And hopefully this helps somebody out there. I am doing the best I can with what I have, and hopefully you do the same. And have a great day. Also, sorry, before I go, there was a message in my first Saw video that I cut out. When you follow your heart, follow the truth of who you are, and follow the truth of what you know is right. Don't be afraid to follow it, no matter what the situation is, no matter how much people invoke you. Always do what you know is right and what is true to yourself. That is a message that I got from the first Saw at the very end, when Lawrence shot Adam in the bathroom. Lawrence purposely took that shot that was non-lethal to keep Adam alive. But that's a message that I forgot to say in my first recording. So this is just like a bonus piece. So just follow your heart and stay true to yourself. Have a great day, and bye.